Hi, in this lecture, I wanted to talk to you about an introduction to futures contracts. So, a futures contract is essentially a forward contract that is standardized. What does that mean? Well, a futures contract comes at a certain metrics which cannot be changed like forwards. So, for example, there may be terms within forwards which are discussed between the party and the counterparty, such as what will be the date of settlement, what will be the number of units of the underlying that will be transferred. But in case of futures contract, that is all specific to how it is being traded in the stock exchange. So it may be trading with lots of the underlying, that is, for example, in one futures contract you might not be able to get just a single unit of the underlying. You might have to buy, say, 100 units of the underlying, something of that sort. So and there is less flexibility in determining these terms. Next, the fact that it is traded on an active secondary market has certain implications that forwards don't have. And these are, firstly, futures contracts, as you can imagine, since they are traded on stock exchanges, they tend to be a little more regulated than forwards. Next, they are backed by a clearinghouse, and we'll understand what the impact of being backed by a clearinghouse is in a different lecture. There's also no default risk. So we've seen that there's a risk of default in the case of forwards when one party who is supposed to buy does not bring in cash. So that becomes a defaulting party, but that is really taken care of by the exchange, where the exchange acts as a clearinghouse and ensures that any transaction is backed by a certain thing called margins, and we'll look into that a little later. Finally, futures contracts require daily cash settlement of any gains or losses. So let's try to remember these key concepts through certain images. Right, on the top left you can see the images of stocks with gains and losses. Where do you see this normally? You see this in exchanges. Next to that you see the temperature control. So since we control the temperature with the temperature control, it regulates the temperature. So that's how you remember that it is futures contracts are highly regulated. Next, you see that a family is sitting on top of standing on top of a house which is sinking underneath water, which shows that they are having some credit default problem. That is, they're not able to pay their mortgage. So similarly, that risk is not existing in the case of futures contracts, thanks to the clearinghouse. Finally, we have certain dollar bills on which there's a hammer. So what this does is it ensures that on top of cash you do settlement, because that's how the hammer is used in the court or in auctions to settle a certain case. All right, so that's it with this lecture. I'll catch you in the next. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.